if you're looking for an instant cash advance with no documentation and you have bad credit, these are probably going to be your lowest hanging fruit. Now, the first lender we're talking about is FundsJoy, okay? Now, please understand with some of these lenders, well, most of the interest rate is going to be ridiculously high, okay? But if you have bad credit, you do have to have an active bank account. Okay, you have to have an active phone number, you have to have an active email. Okay, now they're not going to ask for pay stubs or anything like that, which is great, but at the same time, just letting you know. Now, as I was saying with FundsJoy, they offer up to $5,000. Now, they are a platform, okay, and most of their platform is usually like tribal lenders and stuff that actually will issue the loan, so you don't have to worry about it hitting your credit file unless you actually miss a payment and then they take legal action. So that's the reason you want to look at these type of lenders if you have bad credit. Now, here's another one. This is IndyLend, and as you can see here, it's not about the credit score. So they're not focused on the credit score. Again, having an active checking account, having income, proof of income. So meaning that if you're on welfare, disability, receiving child support, alimony and stuff, you still can qualify, okay? You still can qualify for these type of lenders. And as you can see, they offer up to $5,000. Now, the next one is Rise Credit, in which I made a video about in terms of understanding Rise Credit. Now, with Rise Credit, do a hard pull. They do a soft pull on your TransUnion. But here's the interesting thing about it. Your payments with Rise Credit, they will report it back to the credit bureaus, TransUnion and Experian. Now, also, they will report to the third-party credit bureaus, which is Clarity, which is owned by Experian, and True Factor or Factor True or whatever. You have to excuse me, guys. I got a head cold. Which is owned by TransUnion. Now, for some of these creditors and stuff, or these lenders, I want to tell you guys that a lot of them, they don't do a hard pull, but they will check to see if you're in like a bankruptcy or you recently came out of a bankruptcy, okay? So that's what they're usually checking for. It's not to see if you actually qualify for the loan or what's on the credit report. They just want to make sure that you didn't file bankruptcy with them before, okay? So that may be one disqualifier, okay? Other than you may not be in the state that they actually service. Now, the next one is Money Mutual. Okay, so with Money Mutual, they offer loans from $200 up to $5,000 as well. Okay, and as you can see here, they are a lending platform also. So just keep that in mind with somebody. But again, with these lending platforms, by them not looking at the credit, they're looking at what type of income you have. So I would say the minimum income they are expecting you to have is at least $500 to $800 a month with these here lenders. Now, our next one is Opportune, and I talk about Opportune a lot because Opportune is very flexible, and as you can see here, they actually loan up to $10,000, okay? And again, they're focused more or less not on the credit, and as you can see, you can actually do pre-qualify to see how much you actually qualify for. But Opportune, they more or less, if you have at least $500 in income monthly, then you have a chance of being approved with them, and they're at the $10,000 level. Now, your next one is Net Credit. Okay, so with Net Credit, they're interesting because not only do they offer personal loans up to $10,000, but they also offer lines of credit up to $4,500. And I always tell you guys that whenever I see a lender that offers a line of credit, I would choose the line of credit over the personal loan. And the reason being that with the line of credit, you can use it and pay it down, use it and pay it down. So you always have access to it. All right. So that's the reason that I like it. But again, like I said, these here companies, they're not looking at the credit itself. They're looking at, do you have income? Do you have an active bank account? Do you have an active phone? Active email? Those are the things that they're looking at. All right. This is One Main. They offer up to $20,000. Okay, from $1,500 up to $20,000. And again, they're not more or less focused on the credit. It has nothing to do with the credit. It's about the income. And so usually with One Main, I know that you want to have an income of at least $800 or more. But please keep in mind, these are lenders that's going to charge you a higher interest rate, right? They're going to charge you a higher interest rate. And the reason is because these are subprime lenders, okay? So they're dealing with people that have low credit scores or don't have no credit scores, that's trying to be able to get access to funding. And another thing is that a lot of these lenders, you can have over a 70 to 75% debt to income ratio, which with your credit unions and your banks, they want you at 55%, okay? And now the only credit union that would go beyond that 55% is not Navy Federal, Penn Fed Credit Union, all right? Now, for some of you guys that are in the side hustle and stuff like that, then you definitely want to check out a Giggle Finance, okay? So with Giggle Finance, they offer loans up to $5,000 and no credit required, as you can see here. Another thing about it is that in terms of, you can see who they actually offer loans to. Now, you don't have to have any pay stub, but you do have to have a bank account, okay? And so they want you to, if you are in a side hustle and stuff, they want you to have your side hustle about at least 90 days in order to qualify for their loan, okay? Now, is Avant, okay? Now, with Avant, again, they're a little more flexible because they offer loans up from $2,000 up to $3,500. All right, so $2,000 up to $3,500 on personal loans and stuff like that. And again, they're usually about a 580 credit score, but you can pre-qualify. All right, so they're a little more easier. I think they're more easier to qualify for than with Upstart and Upgrade. I think they're much easier to qualify for. Now, there's another lender in the market called Lendesa. Now, they offer loans up to $5,000 as well if you're in the freelance industry as well. So you being in the freelance industry, they offering up to $5,000. Again, it's not about the pay stubs. They're not asking for pay stubs. They just want to check your bank account, make sure you have deposits, make sure you've been in business at least 90 days in order to qualify. All right, and as you can see here, freelancers, 1099, self-employed individual, or small business owners. So that anybody that fits into that category, you're able to reach out to them. Now, here's another lender, which is Fundue Merchant Cash Advance. Now, their loans go up to $10,000. All right, but this is for the gig economy. All right, and the good thing about it, won't hurt your credit. So if you're worried about your credit, this has nothing about your credit. Just make sure you have an active bank account. And I'll tell you something else, like with these gig loans, and they actually have it on their website. All right, so you have to have a bank account that's able to connect to Plaid or Decision Logic. $1,500 in monthly revenue, and be in business at least 3 months, which is fairly easy to be able to qualify for these type of loans. All right, this here is Gig Aid. Now, the interesting thing about Gig Aid, they are willing to help anybody that's a 1099 freelancer and stuff. The thing about it is that they only loan up to $500. Hey, but if that's all you need, then that's all you need, And so, as you can see here, the requirements: 21 years of age, currently working, right? You have to have an active bank account, and then legal permit. So, U.S. citizens and permanent residents. So, and then these are all the gigs that they gig economy that they work with. So if you fit into one of these, they're able to help you get a loan. Like I said, their loans is maximum about $500. All right. Now, for those of you that may have credit challenges or needing to get access to more personal credit funding, business credit funding, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.